Today's lesson is 2.2 Peanut Butter Brownies, it's called. Okay, so if you go into your Google Classroom, you're going to notice that you see lesson 2.2 in there, and you see instructions, and you'll see a video here that I'm creating right now. So you should be watching this video on your iPad, and what you're going to do on your computer then is you're going to go up here and you're going to click on lesson 2.2, the PDF for yourself, okay? Because that's going to bring up the instructions for you, and we're going to be able to follow along with these instructions as we go through this lesson, okay? So, what we first need to do though is we need to hit the back key here to close that out, and we need to go up here to this 9 square, this Google App square, and click on it and open up our Google Drive, okay? Because we're going to need to be able to do this separately. So just like we learned about in lesson 2.1, we're going to click up here and we can pull this out. So it's its own tab here. Okay? It's its own thing. And we're going to narrow it up halfway. And then we're going to narrow this one up. And then we can put them side by side with each other right here. Okay? This is going to help us out. So I like to do my work on the left side and have my instructions on the right. So I got my work I'm going to do over here in Drive. And then I'm going to be able to click on the instructions and pull them up, okay? So what it wants you to do, step 1, it says My Docs folder, but what it really wants you to do is go into Computer 7. So you're going to double click on Computer 7 folder. You guys, this should only have lesson 2.1. Mine has a lot more in it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to New and Google Docs. So see how it opens up a new tab up here, a Google Doc? And we're going to name it 2.2. So click up here where it says Untitled Document and do 2.2 and hit Enter. Now you have it named. Always name your stuff because you'll lose a point when you turn it in if it just says Untitled Document up here. Okay. So what we need to do then, according to the directions, is it says at the top of your document, type the text exactly as shown in 2.2 Figure A. So we need to go find that. And I've conveniently put that right here for you. It's a little bit crooked, but I've put that right here for you. So you need to start typing all this information over here, okay? And it's the reason we're doing this is to help you practice a little bit. So you want to do a capital P when you do it. So you do Peanut Butter Brownies. Okay, and then you hit Enter. You type the word ingredients. And spell everything right. Okay, if you need to zoom in, you can click on this right here and it'll zoom in for you, and you can move this over and you can see it a lot better, alright? And you can zoom out when you're done. Okay, after ingredients, you're probably wondering, how do I make this happen? You do 1 and then the slash key, which is in the lower right hand corner next to the shift key, and you hit the 2. It doesn't look right, but when you hit the space bar, it does it for you automatically, okay? So go ahead and pause your video, finish typing all of this, and when you're done typing all the way here to this last part, start the video again. Okay, if you have the video back on, it means you have all of this typed out for you. Okay, it means you have it all typed out. I just want to go over a couple things. Notice how everything's lined up perfectly here. Okay, there's only one space between this and the word directions. Okay. Notice how I have things set up right here. You know, I've got a space here and a space here, alright? Actually, we need to take those spaces out of there, so I will get rid of those. There we go. So when it says grease a 9x9 pan, that's just the X key right there on the keyboard, the X key. Okay, so you type all this as if it's one paragraph, and then when you get to the word blended, you don't keep typing, you hit the Enter button. So that way you come down here and you can type all this. Then when you get to the end right here, you hit the Enter button and you have it down here, the cool and cut into 16 squares. Okay, that's going to help us later on. So you have all that done, put together for yourself, alright? So now we're going to go, I'm going to zoom out again, and we're going to go up to step 3 here. It says change line spacing. To increase the line spacing between lines of text, you're going to select the heading Ingredients and the list of ingredients. So I'm going to go right in front of the I, and I'm going to click and hold down and scroll down to right here. If you're having trouble doing that, you can always do it backwards too. Go down here, click and highlight up to the word ingredients. See, I can move over a long ways here and then just let go, okay? So it wants me to go to the line spacing drop down. There's a little picture here. So you might have to click on more. But you go to line spacing and 1.5, okay? So it spaces them out for you. So now let's go down to step 4. It's use a bulleted list. To create a bulleted list, select the list of ingredients. Hint, do not select the heading ingredients. So we have the heading selected. So I'm going to click somewhere else, and I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm just going to go get the list of ingredients. Okay? Then it wants me right here. Here's a numbered list. Here's a bulleted list. I'm going to click on that. So now they're all bulleted, all right? Okay, step 5. Use a numbered list to create a numbered list. Select the steps below. The heading directions. So here's the heading directions. So I've got to go right in front of the P, click and hold down with my mouse, and highlight all the way down here, and then let go. Alright? And then I'm going to go up right where the bulleted list is. I want the numbered list, and just click on it. You see how it numbered it perfectly? If you have extra numbers in there, okay, let's say you have a few extra spots where there's extra numbers, okay, like this. What you need to do is you need to go to those lines and you need to backspace and get rid of that, just like this, and hit the backspace key. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how you want it, alright? Step 6, adjust line spacing. To add space after a list item, select the list of directions. So I'm going to start from the bottom again and go right up here, right in front of the P. I've selected the list of instructions, and we're going to do line spacing, and it says add space after list item. So just like that, okay? Alright, step 7. To center align text, select the text peanut butter brownies. So we're going to go up to the top here, and I'm going to triple click on it. So 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go up. You see how it's left aligned now? I'm going to pick center so it moves it to the middle. Number 8 says bold the title and change the font size to 18. So I'm going to click on the B for bold, and the font size is 11. I'm going to change it to 18. Alright. It says I need to bold the text ingredients and directions. So I'm going to double click on the word ingredients, bold. Then I'm going to double click on the word directions and bold. Alright, step 10. Use word count to find the number of words in your document from the Tools menu. So I go up here to Tools, and I select Word Count. So here it is, Word Count. Now, notice the box that comes up here. Words, okay? It's telling me the words in here. There's 116. I need to remember this number right here, 116. So keep that number in mind and hit close. And keep in mind your number might be different. Step 11. At the end of the last direction, hit the Enter key. So here's directions. I'm going to go down. I'm going to click here at the end, and I'm going to hit the Enter key. And the number 5 automatically pops up because it automatically numbers for you. So step 12 says click the numbered list icon to remove the number 5. So I'm going to click right here and get rid of the number 5. And it wants me to type word count. And then it wants me to do a semicolon, which you hold down the Shift key and hit the key right next to the L. That's a semicolon, okay? Now spell it right, capital W, capital C. Then you're going to do a space, and remember that number 116? You're going to type it right there. So you'll have word count 116. So then it says, always remember to read these directions fully through. Don't just read the first part and then keep going. Always read them through. Type it and the number of words, which we did, then right align this text. So instead of center aligning, we're going to right align. Then it wants us to underline word count and the number. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go to underline. Okay. Alright. Step 15, use select all. To select all of the text in your document, you go up to the edit menu and you choose select all. Okay. So there, we just selected the whole thing, and it wants us to change the font to Georgia. So we're going to go up here, it's at Arial, and we're going to change it to Georgia. So remember, it's in alphabetical order, and if you have to search it, go down here to more fonts if you need to. But here's Georgia. Alright, then it says turn into Google Classroom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this bigger, and I'm going to look at it one last time, make sure everything looks good. If your document doesn't look like mine, you did something wrong, so you might as well go back and try to fix it and get your full 10 points. Alright, so once I'm done with that, I'm going to X out of it, and I'm going to X out of this extra one here. And then I can make this bigger. Notice how I've got my my directions up here. I can go back, and I can click in Lesson 2.2. Now, you guys have yours look different. What you do is you click on it, and you can hit open, and you can add and attach and turn your assignments in. But mine looks different as the teacher. So good luck with this, and have fun.